Is your dragon fruit looking kind of crazy? Like, I don't even know what's going on with this. This is kind of wild. I'm going to show you some things that I picked up because I'm trying to get this to fruit because realistically it's still my fruit, but because it's getting so crazy, I'm going to do this anyway. Some tips and tricks. Get your dragon fruit to fruit and stop growing just growth. Let's get to it. Okay, this is what you don't want it to look like. It looks all crazy. Dragon fruit looking wild. I think I've had this for 2 years. This is my Home Depot purchase that hasn't fruited. And the idea behind this is that each one of these nodes, these little spikes, they can be a flowering bud or they can be new growth. This looks like it's going to be new growth, but what we want to do is see flowers, right? So it's all about energy management. What we're going to do is cut just the tip. Cut the tip of these, and then secondarily we're going to do something else at the end. What happens when you work just the tip is that it forces energy elsewhere. Things get larger and larger, right? Larger. So each one of these nodes, the energy is flowing through, and then it's either going to force a flower or it's going to force new growth, like here. The game is always about energy. So look right here, a cut right here, and new growth came out of it, right? It looks like a flat piece. It was a really weird, warm winter, so things are acting kind of funny. And the idea is that it climbs up and then it comes down. When it comes down, not straight out like this, you want it to come down, it's going to trigger it to fruit and flower, or to do something different. Let's get to it. Let's give a good cleaning. Pro tip, get a nice leather glove for protection. Coming through. Cut just the tip. Check it out. Literally isn't crazy amount, it's just the tip. Discard the mulch. Alright, let's see. So we're just going to come through and do that to all of these. Look at this guy, nice and long. That's what I like to see. This could be 2 different cuttings if you wanted to, but we're just taking the tip. Just like that. And then I just want to show you this. Check this out. So this is the tip, right? And then you can see in the middle, this little bit is where the nutrients are sent, right? That little thick part. And then on these sides, it doesn't really matter. That's just flesh. If you ever cut anything, but this part is the part you never want to cut. Just for reference when you start to grow. See, and then this crap. This is what I'm saying. I don't want things this high. I'm theoretically 6 foot. And if that's 8 foot high, I don't want it that high. But in this case, I'll allow it. I'll cut it later. Who wants to have to stand on ladders to get their fruit? Some of these bits, I came through and I tipped it and I didn't follow up on it, like right here. I tipped it, but then I let it grow. You don't want it to let it to grow. You want it to transform the fruiting to flowering. So I don't know how many of you are nerds like me, but I rolled growth on that node. I want to roll flowers on this node instead. So you should be coming through and snipping off these tips if it's not what you want. What even is going on? Now be careful because these will grow. Even though I'm throwing them in here for mold, sometimes they'll set. When you're doing this, you really want to make a plan, right? You want to have growth, and then the short stubby ones you get rid of. So like this one, its growth is gonna allow it to flower. But these little guys, like they can go, because you're either gonna let them grow to get longer, or you're just gonna cut them off because you can't get a flower on that, right? It's too small. So like this one, I could let it grow out. You gotta kind of look at everything and make a plan as to what you want your tree to look like. Like you want them to look like this one. I personally think if you're going to be doing this hobby, you got to think about how fast things grow and how things are slow. Like you want to see results. If you want to see results, you get like a dragon fruit. If you're in a hot climate like this, they grow so fast and they're super forgiving. Versus like a apple tree or peach tree where you got to give it years, 3 years or so to allow it to establish. Dragon fruit, you could probably get fruit off of a cutting in a warm climate in like a year, maybe 2 tops. Super forgiving plant. They can just go wild if you let it. You really don't want it to be that way though. It needs to be a controlled area. I gave a lot of my fruit trees ultimatums this year that you're either gonna fruit or you're getting out. So that's where we're at with this one. But you gotta help them out too. And I kid you not, man, you need a leather glove. Get yourself leather gloves. You gotta have like a couple different types of gloves. These are kind of stiff, but when you're working with dragon fruit, and some dragon fruit don't have spikes like this one. All right, so anyway, you want these to be cut at the edge of this anyway, and that way it'll fold over, right? So you'll get 2 and 3 nodes growing, and then that's how you get a canopy going. So just thinking about that as I go through this. Like, it is growing into everything. Mindful cuts. Tell me this isn't in the cactus family. Look at this. This does not look like aloe vera. Like, I wonder if this flesh has any healing properties like aloe vera does. It's all sticky and everything. I'm gonna look into that. Frankly, the way that my garden is set up, I don't even know if I want this growing this way to the back. Even though I'm theoretically 6 foot something, I gotta get a step ladder. All these arms should fall down. They grow upwards at first, but then they go the opposite way. Like, why is this in the worst possible space? This is like in the worst place. We're gonna have so many random flowers on this guy. Like, trust. You too? So sticky. I'm telling you, aloe vera. do we remember this guy that hasn't even been a year on? Massive. This one's making a whole lot of smaller shoots though. To me, I'm just looking for a little bit of growth, you know. If they're a little bit over this size or so, anything over that, like that's a long one, but so the majority of these, it is what it is. Like I said before, in general you want to top a little bit above this anyway to get sideways growth, to get a nice canopy. So we're going to be doing that anyway. Again, just think about what you want it to look like as you're cutting it. Prime example right here, it's a couple inches higher. Cut it just that much and it'll canopy over. And I want all this canopy on the front. I want it to be on each side. You absolutely do not want all these bits at the bottom. Look at this. What is that going to do? It's just energy being wasted. I mean, even look at all of these lower cuttings. These little babies down here. I don't want any of this. It's just going to grow out and then cause issues later. Forcing it all to come out the top up here. You don't want anything going anywhere else. We're snipping. With this being 4 different ones, I really wanted one through each one of these holes for the trellis, but it is what it is. You can always mark on these with a marker, but you don't want anything down here growing at all. Everything at the top. And this is what we're kind of looking like on this side. Got all these tips cut. You want to make sure you get every single one of them. Or do I just want this to grow out? I really want things to grow out on this side. This is how things start tipping because all the weight's on the left. I want it to come out this way as well. The side that's getting the morning sun is going to grow the fastest. And the side that's getting shaded out more is going to grow slower. Simple as that. But you really can completely shape this thing. It really reminds me of one of those cartoons I used to watch when I was a kid. Where the cat gets its tail cut off like Looney Tunes. Yeah. What am I talking about? Oh, didn't forget about you. You either. I really am just going around just expecting everything, making sure I didn't miss any of the tips. What'll happen is more energy and liquid will get in here and make this a lot fatter, and then it should weigh down, start pointing down, and then at that point we should get some flowers. And then manual pollination. Alright, so this is the second part of it. Bone meal, 0.5, 15, 0. So the first number is nitrogen. That's when you want to get a lot of growth. So in the beginning, you're probably going to hit it with a lot of nitrogen to get a lot of growth. 15 is for root development and a lot of flowering. So, like solar panels, the greenery on things are kind of like the solar panels. The roots are kind of like the battery. The battery gets to a certain size, it can only handle so much. Based on what how many solar panels you got. It's a balancing act you gotta kind of do. 15 though, like I said, NPK. The P in this is for root development and flowering. So we are gonna hit it with this. Theoretically, with these tips being cut, we're gonna send energy back into the plant, and we're gonna see if we can get some of these nodes to turn into buds. So this is a 2-part. I get this from Star Nursery, but you can get it from wherever is organic, so you really can't overdo it. When you're feeding organics, you really can't overdo it. What I like to do is, oh my gosh, what I like to do is place it right at my nozzle for my drip irrigation, as well as spread it around, but it is concentrated at the tip of the drip irrigation. So, I have it. There you go. So right under the nozzle, this will get wet, and then that's gonna leach it into the soil. And that's pretty much it. Like, you can be pretty much mad scientists with soil, with fertilizers, right? Sure, you can give whatever soil, but really you want it to be specific. when you give something nitrogen and it's trying to flower, a lot of fruit drops because of that. Like, these letters aren't on these for no reason. There really is a time for each different type of fertilizer. Same thing over here. Even though I'm kind of thinking that maybe I should just be doing nitrogen with this guy and letting it grow some more. We'll see. At the tip. The water is the champion of this. What this does, the drip irrigation is going to hit directly on that. And like I said, right here is where it's going to just pull all that fertilizer throughout this plant. And for my last trick, you just want to water it in. Would super help though if I actually turn on the water. Lastly, you want to just give it a good watering, get things started, get things agitated. I don't have this on a super high spray. Just wetting the surface, making sure all the fertilizer is getting wet. This isn't harmful to your plant, so organically, the organics kind. If this was not organics, you definitely want to make sure you get it watered. And the same thing over here. But that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, or comments about this. I'm going to be coming out here and checking for flowering, because once it starts to flower, you really got to be on top of this. You don't want to miss your flowers. Generally speaking, you're going to have to hand pollinate. Since one of them's from Home Depot, I don't even know what type it is, so we're going to see how that goes. Thank you for stopping by, though. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like. But the most important thing, though, I'm just trying to get you in your own garden. Let's grow.